What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Beacon of Nick podcast, episode 2. Today's special guest is Emily, or Emily. Recently hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Super excited for Emily. How are we today?
Hello, hi. I'm doing so good. I'm really glad that I'm actually here. It feels kind of surreal that you asked me to be here. I thought, oh my god, me? I thought I'd be one of the last people that you'd ask. But yeah, super happy to actually be doing this. I've never done this before, so I'm kind of terrified, but it should be fun, I hope.
I'm pretty scared too. I've done a lot of podcasts in my time, but I feel like at the same time, I don't do them that often. So I feel like every time I do it, it's a brand new experience again. But hopefully I can start doing these more. But I felt like Jake Randall was the first one, and it's I wanted to find someone else that was plus you just hit 1,000 subs, and I feel like you're a lot different than Jake is. So I feel like it's kind of good to have a variety. And I was like, you know what, Emily would be perfect to have on. So plus everyone knows, well, people know about you and everything from the channel and stuff. So it was a good choice.
But yeah, I think me and Jake are very different. I did watch episode 1 of the podcast. I really enjoyed it, by the way. I had never actually heard of Jake before that. But then hearing about how he started, not long before you, if I'm right in thinking, and then he blew up, and, the literal definition of blew up, because I went to his channel and I was like, 100,000? Oh my god. What?
I know, it's absolutely nuts.
Wait, what? And it's crazy to see, how much you can change as a channel in just one or two things that you decide to do that just blows up and goes completely out of proportion, that you never knew it would get to that point, and then it does, and you're like, whoa.
You're like, okay, because I think Jake started doing YouTube right when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, and I started 2 months after him. And I remember I was streaming one night, and he dropped on my stream. It was a week after I saw his Pokemon rap he posted on Twitter. I knew about him from that. And then he dropped on my stream. I'm like, are you Jake Randall from Twitter? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm pretty sure you followed me last week. And he dropped on my stream. We became friends. I think he had 4,000 subs at that point. I had 2,000. And then before you know it, it was September, and he started doing the helping people get console streams. And literally every time I saw his channel, it was 10,000 subs higher. I'm like, dude, you are literally blowing up right now in a way I've never seen before on YouTube ever. What are you doing, man?
I mean, when you can give back that much to the people watching you, you're bound to attract more people, because, people not only enjoy watching content, but they enjoy being able to interact with it and actually kind of get something back from it. That's not just you sitting there talking to the camera or doing whatever it is, They enjoy the interaction, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he's got a very good interaction, but he's also obviously giving back, and he's also doing giveaways and a lot of stuff for his channel and stuff. So that helps a lot, actually. But
definitely, I think so.
All right, Emily. So tell me a little about your journey on YouTube, when you started, what some of your aspirations are, and what you want to accomplish with YouTube. Do you think?
I mean, I'm not really much of I'm not really a standard starting story, so it's been just under 7 months since I started. I have been in the general PokeTubing community for a couple of years now. I've watched tons of the big name PokeTubers, United Haze, Game Boy Luke, just to name a couple. And I'm in so many different communities, and I made so many friends, and just being myself and talking to people and being kind of enthusiastic, charismatic person I like to think that I am. Sure. They've all kind of said yo, when is it your turn? You've got to do this. You've got the energy, you've got the character, you just need to hit record. You just need to hit go live. That's all you need to do, and you absolutely crush it.
Little red button, just hit it.
And so I just did one day. I was terrified, though. I was so nervous. I was like, I'm gonna get 3 friends appear, and it'll be great for 1 or 2 things or whatever. I'll do it once or twice, and then that'll be it. That's my journey coming to an end. And then it just kind of went so much better than I thought it was going to go. I had so many friends that were there in my first ever stream, but then they were bringing in people that I'd never even met before, who then hung around and started actually coming to my streams, and I was like, this is crazy. People who I don't know are actually coming to watch what I do. I must be doing something right. And then it's just kind of carried on from there, and it's been a really short journey so far, but it's been so fun and so rewarding, and getting to meet so many people has been absolutely wonderful. I couldn't imagine where I'd be now, considering everything going on at the moment. Like, I feel like if I hadn't have started this, I'd be in such like a kind of lower place, because I just wouldn't have the feel of the community, like the people who are all still together, even though we can't be together. Like, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Loved it. It's been great.
It's weird because I feel like the best advice I heard is like the best time to start doing like YouTube if you want to do it was yesterday. The next best time is today, and the next best time is tomorrow. Like, just start as soon as you can, and if you want to do it, obviously, if you're passionate about it, then like start whenever you can. And then I just think there's so many people that I've met through my channel that like I can't imagine not meeting in this lifetime. But I feel like if I never started doing this, I never would have met them. And I think with the whole world kind of shutting down like over the past like year and a half, that like this was a good time to start. And like there's just so many people that like I found and I got connected with to kind of help me through a lot of the hard times that we all faced, I guess, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. I mean, I don't know where I'd be without the people that have all kind of come together, because YouTube really kind of kicked off in terms of like live streaming, and definitely like the more communal aspect definitely kind of kick-started when everything went wrong last year.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Because everyone needed someone to be with, you know, we all need other people at the end of the day. We're only human, and so I think the communities that have kind of been formed since everything have, like, I don't think we could find any stronger community. Like, it's great and it's wonderful, and being a part of it is just an absolute honor. I think it really is.
I completely agree. It's cool that like I guess like it's really wild because like sometimes like the small things that happen on your channel really strike you as being crazy. Because I remember I've always been a fan of like HTV. I've been a massive fan of him, and I still am. And like I've always known that there's someone from his channel. I'm sure he's gonna watch this. His name is Kenny Rama. And I always heard his name in like HTV streams. And I got raided like a month ago, or maybe a month and a half ago, by Kink. I don't know if you know who Kink is, but he raided me. And Kenny was in his stream. I'm like, "Are you Kenny from HTV?" He's like, "Man, I guess I'm pretty popular." I'm like, "Dude, I've just known about you forever, and it's weird that you're in my stream right now." It's like, this is actually kind of crazy. And it's like the small things that make you like just really appreciative for like just the ability to grow a community, and also just feel like you're progressing and doing something with YouTube. You know what I mean? Like it's just a wild thing.
It's so crazy. I once had I remember the first time I had King Corfish come into my stream.
That's epic.
While he is like one of the smaller creators of like the kind of the big group of the Pokemon YouTube community,
sure,
he's definitely still like, you know, over like 60,000 subs now, which is that's a big number.
Yeah, it's not small.
Seeing him come in, I was like, oh my god, didn't even know you knew I existed. Like, wait, what? And
sure.
I was like, oh, I saw like a friend of mine or something like that retweeted your tweet that you were like live or doing something with YouTube. So I thought I'd come in, like, say, hey, see what you're doing. Hey, you're doing great. And I was like, that's insane. That's crazy. How
that literally is mind blowing. That's actually crazy.
Things like that, where you're like, that might not mean something to one person, but to me, that means so much. That like the name is getting out there enough, and like us as a community getting out there and being like, hey, look what we're doing. And then the bigger people noticing the noise that we're making is amazing. I love it.
Sure, exactly. It's really weird with YouTube because I feel like you just gotta have the mindset of like appreciating like when people try to reach out and like help you, but also have the mindset of like helping other people, because there's always like there's people that are just starting today, and like when they start, like they're right where you were when you started, and like you just can't forget like being there, because like you feel so awkward not a place. You're like, oh, no one's ever gonna care about me as a creator, and then you look like 9 months later down the road, just like, wow, I've made it pretty far actually, which is mind blowing.
Definitely. I have one friend of mine, a close friend who was there at my very first stream, who every time I hit like a subscriber milestone, he says like, I just want to remind you, I was your 34th sub. And
I know.
Like, oh, yes. I love the people who are like, I've been here since the start. I remember when you hit 100. I remember when Beacon of Nick raided you for the first time and you weren't even on screen.
I remember that so well. Like, you were off stream, I raided you, and like you came on, you're like, I'm the person that's actually the streamer. And then it's like, and then they're like, I don't even know how I found your channel actually, because I feel like someone retweeted you on Twitter as well. And I'm pretty sure I subscribed to you then. And then I think I ended a stream and I saw you were live. I'm like, well, I just raid Emily. I don't even know who she is, but we'll just go raid her. And I raided her, and I was like, you know what? That was a pretty epic raid. And then we pretty much just kind of became friends after that. That was it.
You made me cry.
I do remember that.
You pushed me over like 200 subs, and I was like, oh my god, 200.
That
Which now seems like such a long time ago. It feels like forever ago, but it's only been like just like not even a year that I've been doing it, and it feels like forever ago. Like going back and watching my old streams, like if I go back now and watch the moment where you raided me for the first time and I wasn't there and then I cried and I was a mess, I'm like, oh my god, my setup is so bad, like my camera is awful, my sound is terrible. Like,
I agree.
Crazy.
I feel like looking back right now where I'm at, and like if I look back in a year, I'm probably gonna be like, wow, dude, you still had so much to learn. I still have so much to learn as a person that doing YouTube, but like I feel like I've learned a lot at the same time. So
I think so. I think I'm learning more every day, but I'm still at that point where I'm like, I can't wait to see where I am like this time next year, just to kind of see the growth. You know, you kind of understand why some people do those videos where they're like, oh, hi, me in 1 year, or hi, me in 5 years. How are you? How are things? Have we hit this goal? Have we done this? Have we done that? What are you doing? I'm doing this right now. You know, I want to do one of those at some point just to say I've done it, just to watch it next year or something and be like, whoa, look. I've grown.
That's a cool. I always get the Mr. Beast one recommended in my feed on YouTube, and like I'll like watch it occasionally because it's pretty inspiring. Because like I feel like he didn't really know where he'd be in 5 years, and then he's just like obviously one of the biggest creators of all time now. And like it's cool to like have like that idea. Like you can literally in 5 years you can just change your whole like the paradigm can just shift, and you can be it can be crazy.
I think watching some of those people's like older videos. Like, I think one person is a really good example is the legend himself, PewDiePie. You go back and watch his oldest video, and it is just him speaking Swedish with no face cam, just recording like beta Minecraft, and you're like, if he can reach over 100 million subscribers 10 years later, then who knows like where we could be, considering how so many people can start up and be like have the great setup, have the great sound, have like the community aspect that YouTube offers from almost the word go. Like it's crazy to think like you blew up a lot quicker than I thought. Like the first time you raided me, I think you had like 4,000 subs, I think.
Yeah.
And now you're sitting at like nearly 10k because you deserve it first of all, but like, you know, there are those moments where you have those huge spikes and you're like, whoa. And eventually those spikes will just get bigger and bigger the bigger you get. And suddenly you could be the next PewDiePie.
you just never know.
Dream.
I feel like I've got definitely worked hard, but I've definitely also gotten pretty lucky in terms of like people finding my channel. Like I remember like Abdallah Smash rated me like a month ago, and like I knew who he was, but I didn't really know like much about him. And I got the raid. I'm like, my gosh, dude, like that was like, cause I think Jake Randall rated me, and then he rated me after, and it was like the craziest. I was like, I just got 1,000 subscribers in one stream. I was like, what is going on? I was like, how is that even possible? And then yeah, it's a weird thing. Like with YouTube, like growth is not always like a linear thing. It definitely is exponential. It comes in waves, but I don't know. I just think no matter what, you just gotta stay appreciative, and then at the end of the day, just good things will happen if you just stay patient and work hard.
I think so.
And work hard.
I think at the moment, like you are kind of like, you know, the big person who drops these kind of crazy bombs on me. Like Jake to you is what you are to me right now.
Yeah, and like give it a year, and like you'll be that to somebody else. You know what I mean? You'll find someone that obviously that you want to support, and then like you'll, you know, it's just like it's a cool chain of support. You know, at the end of the day.
I really adore it because I see some people that I know who have started streaming, and I'm like, oh my god, guys, right, let's go raid this person. Who, like, a friend of mine from a community. I kind of get them all muddled up at this point because I just know so many people now. And I'm like, oh look, this person's just started streaming. They've got like 3 viewers. Let's go raid them. Like, you know,
exactly.
I'm like, hey, I've just added however many more viewers and like a few more subs, and it just like makes their day. And I'm just like, oh, yes, that is community. That is the community that we've worked hard to build. And we're throwing it at someone else.
Yeah.
So yes, spread the love, go show love to every single person that we run into, because everyone deserves it. Everyone deserves to have that moment where they're like, oh my god, I just hit 100 subs or something like that. Because that's like the first milestone. You don't realize how amazing that milestone feels until you get further and you're like, oh, remember that time when I hit this? Like,
Yeah.
I want people to experience that feeling.
I remember like when I first hit 1,000 subs, I literally like I never thought I would hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. And when that happened, I was like doing Mario Kart with people in the stream, and I literally looked at my sub count. I'm like, we just hit 1,000 subscribers today, and I was like, man, I gotta just like take a second and just think about this. I'm like, that's just way crazier than I ever thought. Because like once I hit like 500, like I feel like I got to 1,000 relatively quick. Because I feel like Pokemon was still really popular, and then it was just a really just I don't know. And then at the same time, like, I just think like when I like you like rating people right now, sometimes people I just feel like people think of me as being like a big creator, but like I go to rate somebody and it's like they're like, oh my gosh, Vic and Nick, like sometimes people like call me a legend. I'm like, dude, I'm just a person, dude. I'm just a dude trying to do YouTube. I'm not a legend, I promise you. Like I'm just like I always feel like a fraud when people tell me that because I'm like, dude, I promise you, I'm just trying to help out. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like I'm just a I don't know.
I definitely get that. I definitely get that feeling. Like, before I started doing YouTube, I kind of saw a lot of these creators as like, oh my god, these are like people that I idolize and they're legends and they're untouchable. They're not even like, they don't even feel like real people because I know them through a screen and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then starting it, like, even though these people are still like so like high up in like, you know, YouTube community, you know what I mean. Like,
sure, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, for sure.
Like, you start seeing them as more of a person because you're doing this a similar thing to what they're doing, and you're like, whoa, it's crazy to think that I might be that legendary person behind a screen to someone else because I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And maybe these bigger creators also don't feel like it. At the end of the day, we are all just sitting at a desk looking at our computers, looking at a camera, and it's just like, hi, I'm playing Minecraft or I'm playing Pokemon, Animal Crossing, just hanging out, having a good time.
Hey, this is my Ampharos. How you guys doing?
Like people. It's crazy.
Yeah, it definitely. I just think like if I feel this way at like being this many subs, I don't think there's ever gonna be a time when I feel any different. It's just gonna be like, you know, you just keep doing your best and growing, but you just gotta stay appreciative because. Like, at the end of the day, like, it could all end tomorrow, you know what I mean? This whole journey could end tomorrow. You just never know what's going to happen, so...
You never know, so you've got to enjoy every moment of it while you can, definitely. I
think
the first time it'll feel real in terms of, oh my goodness, these are actually people who watch, and that, like, when it feels real is probably, say, at, like, PAX or something like that. Like, some event
sure.
where you meet people, and they come up to you and say... oh my god, you're Beacon of Nick, I'm this person, I'm a fan, and you're like, whoa.
I would feel so awkward, like
I
was like, I don't even know I don't even know how this is possible, but yeah, I am that person, but like, dude, I promise you that I'm just a dude, like, I'm just a person, like, no,
exactly.
I think it's
I haven't been to that event, but I'd love to know what it's like to kind of go there and have someone be like, oh hey, it's Emily, and I'll be like, hi!
Hi!
Hi! I don't know what to say!
I would get so red in the face. I'd be like, oh yeah, it's good to meet you too. I would just be freaking out at like other people like that I see there. I wouldn't even be thinking people are gonna freak out about meeting me.
I'd freak out about meeting you just because we're friends.
Yeah, I would freak out about seeing you too. I'm like, Emily, what's happening? Let's go. It'd be more of like a, but yeah, I don't know.
Old friends catching up. I feel like it would feel like, you know.
That would be way more how it is.
Nick, oh my god, Emily, hi, and then like we'd have a whole catch up, like we've met each other a million times.
Yeah, it would be like nothing.
It would, but I'm looking forward to when we can actually do that.
Me too. I want to go to PAX. I've never been to PAX for like a big convention for gaming, so like it'd be really cool to go there and just kind of see what it's like.
I haven't either. I probably just kind of sit in a corner, just like scared to do anything. I'd be like, oh my god, because I've never flown. So I'd have to actually go, like, get on a plane and go to another country, which I've never done before. So I'd have massive anxiety over that. And then getting to the convention and being, like, around so many people, I'd be like, whoa, out of my element here. This is not my office.
Yeah, exactly,
this is a big convention.
It's weird because, like, in real life, I'm definitely more, like, introverted around, like, people I don't know. But it's weird that I can go live and talk to a bunch of people that I've never met before, but feel so comfortable, too. Because I guess you're talking to them through a screen and you're not really like having to like see them face to face, but which is probably part of it. But at the same time, it's just weird because I feel like I'm definitely not as extroverted as people probably think I am, which is, it is what it is. But like I just get so like, energized when I'm streaming because I want to do the best I can and I'm passionate about it. So like it just brings out like a different side of me, which is really weird.
I definitely get that too. Like, in front of a camera, I just kind of sit there and I just kind of talk, and I'm just trying to be myself as much as I can, but a more energized version of myself because I am streaming. And so people were like, oh my gosh, you're so happy, you're so bubbly, you're so full of energy. And I'm like, that's just me.
It's like, I'm just here, I'm just doing this.
I am like bubblegum KK personified. Like, I'm just so happy, bubbly all the time. But I get people in my real life, like people that I work with or family or friends, and they're like, you're so different on your streams. I'm like, what do you mean I'm different? They say, you're just so, like, you're so much more than you are in person. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna walk up to you in person and be like, oh my god, hi, how are you?
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, like
you know, I'm not gonna do that. But it's crazy to think, like, no, I'm just being me. But I guess I'm just kind of happy and more comfortable because I'm, at the end of the day, I'm sitting in my office at home. It feels like it is just me, and
sure,
so I'm just being the most normal version of me that no one sees, I guess. And then I'm like, wait, there are people watching me. Hi, hide it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I get really shy.
Sometimes, like, when I'm live, sometimes it'll like hit me. I'm like, wow, I have like a bunch of people watching me right now doing this right now. And, like, for a minute, I get like really anxious, and then it kind of leaves me. But like, it comes in waves for sure. I don't know. It's a weird feeling to describe, but you get used to it, I guess.
I've seen it in your streams. I've seen it in your streams before. I've kind of popped into your streams and I've been like, oh my god, there's so many people watching him. I don't know how I would ever cope with that many people chatting, because I try and read like pretty much every message that comes into my chat.
Yeah.
And I'm worried for the day that I get too many and I can't do that anymore.
It's hard. It's hard.
So bad.
I still have a lot of streams where I can, but a lot where then there's some where I can't, and then like. So people get like it's weird being a smaller creator because like I feel like I love reading the chat, but like there's gonna come a day where it's like you can't read everybody's chat, and like being selective is also hard. Like figure out what message you want to read, what one you don't, like what ones you skip over. But you just gotta do the best you can, and hopefully people understand. Because I remember like yesterday it was 2 days ago. I did a mobile stream where I walked my dog Summer. And, like, I thought it was going to be really chill and, like, there's going to be nobody that was really going to come out and, like, hang out with me while I did it. But it was, like, crazy because, like, for over half the time, I had, like, over 100 people in the chat while I was walking her. And it was really, like, a weird thing. I'm like, currently walking my dog and people are just hanging out with me while I'm doing this. I'm like, this is what makes YouTube so cool. Like, YouTube's so cool because I'm, like, literally out here in the middle of nowhere walking my dog. And there's 100 people that are hanging out with me talking to me right now. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, this is wild.
I couldn't imagine something like that. Like, I think of it like, I couldn't imagine just doing a mobile stream where I'm just like, because me and my fiance are going on like an inland holiday in June because we're allowed to in the UK as of May. We're allowed to kind of go to other places in the country because we're a small country. So in June we're planning on going away, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to like make sure I bulk record videos, but I'm not gonna be able to stream. And I was like, would I do a mobile stream? And I thought, who's gonna watch me sit in a hotel room and just chat? And like, no one's gonna want to watch that, are they? But then I'm like, I don't know, maybe 100 people will come out and watch me sit in a hotel room watching TV. I don't know. It'll be fun to see and actually like try it when that time does come, because it's crazy how many people are so dedicated to what like you on the channel. Because I always think like, okay, what is something that people will enjoy watching? If I do Pokemon, I should do some... I need to make sure that my stuff is definitely, like, heavily focused on the Pokemon. And then everyone in chat says to me, no, we're here for you.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, right. Like, watch the stream. I'm just here.
I'm just here commentating. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I just feel like if you like it's when you have the mixture of like Pokemon, which people obviously love the franchise, and a passionate and like charismatic person alongside that, that's what makes streaming so fun. You know what I mean? That's why I love Pokemon. I feel like it brings people together, and it's like one of the best franchises ever. But also like I never wanted to only do Pokemon on my channel because I love Splatoon, I love Animal Crossing. I feel like having that combination of games is also like really good for the channel because it kind of gives me a break from just doing Pokemon stuff. But I also love Pokemon at the same time, so it's like it's hard.
I've had that too, where I'm kind of like, I'm definitely mainly Pokemon, because that is kind of like my comfort game. I know for a fact that I've loved Pokemon since I was like 4 years old. Like, I was very young, because my brother was the one who got me into Pokemon, and so I never grew out of it. Like, my parents always thought, she's gonna grow out of it. She won't need the games eventually.
Yes.
She won't want all these cards and toys eventually. She'll grow out of it, you know? And now I'm like, you know what? It's my comfort. It is my absolute comfort. So I'm just gonna stick with what I love to do because it is the thing that I'm passionate about and the thing that brings me the most joy. And so I want to put that into what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to kind of play any games where I'm like, oh, I like it's a cool game, but I don't have that passion for it that I do Pokemon. Especially now that I'm really building my community around Pokemon, so if I start doing too much of other stuff, people will be like, excuse me, this is not Pikachu.
Sure. Where is the mouse that shoots electric bolts everywhere? Like, yeah, what are you doing?
That's not a Pikachu. That's Raymond. Like,
yeah. I feel like it's very important to like always have that core idea around your channel, you know. And I think it's also important to like have like a relative like I think I feel like you have a really like consistent schedule, like when you stream, what you stream, and I feel like that helps a lot being a creator because everyone knows like this is what she's gonna be streaming on this day. I'll be there. That's very helpful too, having a schedule. But I do remember when I was like 6 years old, we had like a cabin up north in Michigan, and like we were on a boat ride with my dad, my mom, my grandma, and I was playing my Game Boy at the time. I was playing Pokemon, I think it was Silver. And I was playing my Game Boy, and then I was like I was sitting there. I remember my grandma told me that someday I was gonna grow out of like playing video games. And I looked at her. I'm like I don't think so. And she's like, no, you will. And I'm like, now I'm like 25, and I'm still like playing Pokemon. It's like I don't think I'm ever gonna grow out of it. Like I doubt that. Like back then I was like maybe I will, but now it's like I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure I'm here for life. So like I don't know.
My parents were the same because my brother is 6 years older than me, so he was 10 when he started getting me into Pokemon. He was in the prime age, you know, every trainer starts at 10 years old, so he was in that prime age to be obsessed with video games and all sorts of like cartoons and things like that. And so because I was the only sibling he had, even though I was a little girl who wanted to play with Barbies, he was like, no, come watch Pokemon with me at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. You know, I'm going to show you this thing. It's called Torchic. You love it now. And when he got out of Pokemon, my parents thought, right, okay, she'll be done with it soon. She'll be done with like the cartoons and the games and all that soon. She'll get back into her Barbies. And I never did.
Yeah.
I never did. And then I got Pokemon tattoos and I started doing Pokemon content on YouTube and
and it's just going to keep going from there. Like
it's never going to stop. No, I mean, you know, I'm marrying a person who is just as obsessed as I am, so our kids done for.
Yeah, they're going to be yeah. That's the dream though. That's the dream though, obviously. Like I feel like my kids are definitely gonna play Pokemon. They're gonna have Game Boys. I'm gonna like hand my son like a Game Boy Color. And be like, all right, you're gonna start here, and we're gonna work up from there. We're gonna keep going. But like I don't know.
Start your journey here.
Yep, here's Silver version. You're gonna pick Cyndaquil, and then you're gonna keep going from there. So like I don't know, but I just think it's like Pokemon is such a cool thing because I feel like there's so many different elements to it that can appeal to you. Like there's some like there's not like one kind of character. There's so many characters, and there's so many variety of Pokemon, and like the idea of like you can do whatever you want in like this like fictional world. You know what I mean? It's like paradise essentially, which is why I think it's so like appealing. I guess I don't know.
It is because there's so much more than just the games. You've got that anime. You've got the TCG. You've just got so much. Like people can dig into like the lore behind every little thing. So you've got the people who really enjoy kind of story, and you've got the people who enjoy the competitive side. You've got the people who enjoy the art. You've got people who enjoy the anime. You've got like there is something for everyone in it, and then there is the overall like umbrella of nostalgia. Like the 90s babies just still love seeing that little fat Pikachu running around, you know. You can't, like,
I'll never get tired.
Gigantamax Pikachu fat for a reason.
Like
they made Chubby Chew.
When I saw that, I'm like, man, the amount of nostalgia. Like I remember like seeing that thing like in the old games, and like the fact that like they made it like a gigantic version. I'm like, Game Freak, you know exactly what you're doing right now. Like, don't even pretend you don't.
Like they're not stupid. It's like with the Diamond and Pearl remakes. They knew we were waiting 15 years for this, and
exactly.
And they made us wait, and they knew what they were doing.
And
without a shadow of a doubt, they were like, okay, we've made you wait long enough. We've teased it long enough. here you go.
All right, you know what? We're gonna give it to you.
Yep, absolutely. They really delivered, though, I think, personally.
I think so, too.
They appealed to both sides, definitely. With Legends Arceus as well, that looks so good. It looks real Breath of the Wild, and I've never played Breath of the Wild, but I've watched... No, I've never played it. I think... I rarely played any Legend of Zelda games, like, ever. I think
That's
the last
fair.
time I played, I was very young. It might have been like Phantom Hourglass or something like that for like the DS.
I had that game actually. I did a Phantom Hourglass. Yeah, it was.
I think I did Ocarina of. I must have done Ocarina of Time, definitely. But like, I don't remember it that much. But I still like love it. And I've seen so many Breath of the Wild Let's Plays, and I saw Legends Arceus, and I was just like, oh my. It's happening.
I feel like Game Freak, like, I feel like they wanted to make, like, the most epic game they've ever made, and they're like, we can't make the remakes and make this, so we're gonna let some other company make the remakes, and we'll just focus on making, like, the best game we can. And I think it worked out pretty well. I feel like that Diamond and Pearl remakes are, like, an equal amount. They have a little touch of Let's Go in them, but also, like, it's gonna be, like, a traditional remake, too. I think it looks really cool. I kind of hope that we get some new megas in the game, but I don't think we're going to at this point. I think it'll be just a regular remake, but I'm okay with that too.
I'm ready because they said like, oh, it's a faithful remake, which is what a lot of people wanted, but a lot of people wanted some new crazy Breath of the Wild style stuff. So we got the best of both worlds, but when they said faithful remakes, I was thinking, okay, so this is going to be a carbon copy. This is going to be the exact same as Diamond and Pearl.
Sure.
So much cuter.
way more. Yeah, exactly.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna sleep lock both the games like when they come out.
I think I'm going to too. I'm debating about doing that. Like literally just doing it back to back. It's gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be so much fun. I think it's gonna really like boost the community like Sword and Shield did.
I think it will too. Definitely. So what is your starter going to be for the remakes and also for Arceus?
Remakes, Chimchar.
Chimchar.
That is my baby.
I like Chimchar. I like Chimchar.
Though I do love Piplup and Turtwig. I think Gen 4 definitely has the best, like, starter trio. I don't like my personal opinion. I don't think there is a single one that I would look at and kind of not pick.
Sure.
People have said to me, like, I thought you picked Piplup because you love doing Piplup impersonations. I was like, no. I love Chimchar. But
I feel like Chimchar's story arc in, like, the anime was really good with Ash. And, like, that's my favorite one. Like, I love that story arc. But, like, Piplup's definitely my favorite. But I'd go Chimchar next. Just because, like, there's no really, like, great fire types in Sinnoh either, so.
Yeah, I'm hoping that is something that they fix.
Yeah.
Like, because in Sinnoh, if you didn't pick Chimchar, your choice in Diamond and Pearl for a fire type was Ponyta.
Yeah, no, it's like it's like why? It's like that's so like rough. Like we need more.
They kind of fixed it in Platinum. I think you could like get Magmar at the Fuego Ironworks, but other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Then Legends Arceus is very interesting with the starters. I remember watching the presents and I looked at the starters and I had a moment where I was like, yep, starters, and then I thought, hang on a second.
It's like,
what's going on here?
It's like, those are not Sinnoh starters.
Like, no. That one's from Generation 2. That one's Generation 7. That one's Generation 5. What? But I think I'm going to go with Cyndaquil.
Me too.
I love it. I definitely do. I think my second choice would probably be Rowlet. I'm not a big Oshawott fan. Like, Generation 5 starters don't really appeal to me that much. Like, none of them really. I don't think any of them are amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what game for.
Is a huge nostalgia for me.
I don't know what they're doing with the Gen 5 starters aren't like terrible, but like I just don't love any of them. It's like I don't even know what they're like really thinking when they. Well, I don't know. I like Snivy, but like I don't love Snivy. But I don't know. It's just they're just not my favorite, I guess. Like Gen 3 starters are amazing, Gen 4 are amazing, and then Gen 5 is like just I don't know where they went, but the region's cool. Yeah.
I tried things with Gen 5, and a lot of them were kind of like a miss. The music was a hit. The story was a hit. The Pokemon themselves were a bit of a miss.
a bit of, like, there's some cool ones, but a lot of them are just like, nah, I don't like these.
Don't know about that one. But they tried. They definitely tried. I can give them that, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of games that, like, try to emulate what Pokemon is, but I feel like none of them can, like, capture everything that makes Pokemon so great. Like, I played, like, Spectrobes, and, like, I want to play Yokai Watch eventually. I played, like, Zatch Bell when I was younger, and, like, Digimon. Like, they're all great in their own way, but, like, I feel like Pokemon is just going to be untouchable, because, like, it just, like, hits every note perfectly. It's hard to explain.
I don't think there'll be another game quite like Pokemon.
No, I don't think so either.
I think I heard something about Pokemon is now, like, more popular in the world than Mario.
I think it is too. I'm pretty sure it is too.
Because of the fact Pokemon has more to it in terms of, again, like TCG and the anime, not just the games, which is all that Mario really has. And I remember hearing that and thinking, that's insane. Like, I never thought anything would touch, like, Mario. Mario is up here, you know, it is the top.
Yeah, it is the top.
Pokemon beat it. I was just like, what? That's crazy. I feel like if I said I like Pokemon to someone, they'd look at me and think I was insane. But if I said I like Mario, they'd be like, yeah, that makes complete sense. It's Mario, you know?
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's just crazy to think how far it's come. Absolutely insane. It's been, what, 25 years of just non-stop growth? Like, it's not stopped. That's the growth I aspire for my channel.
Exactly. Like, if I can just, like, keep that going. Like, it's just cool how, like, you can have, like, that franchise and have, like, people that love it so much and base a channel around it, and then you get a community around it, and you get a bunch of people that love what you love, and you get to, like, share that with them and, like, trying to, like, share, like, new ideas. I feel like with me, like, I just, like, no matter what I make for content, I just always try to have a good time and share my passion with everybody, and it just seems to always be, like, the core aspect of your channel, which actually, like, just helps you stay anchored in, like, something, you know? I feel like that's very important.
I definitely think so, too. I mean, I have some people say, oh, you're passionate about this. You should do it for your channel. And an example for that is something like Mario Kart, where I'm like, I love playing Mario Kart. Like, sometimes on stream, I could just play Mario Kart. But the issue is, I get really angry.
Yeah, I agree.
Really angry at Mario Kart. And so I'm like, I love it. I'm definitely passionate about it. Like, there's no lie there. You'd see my passion.
Sure.
But it's not a side of me that I would want stream to see. It's not my friendliest.
The chat's just, like, looking at you like, oh my gosh, who is this monster? Like, you're just, like, freaking out, like that'd be great.
I had someone from your raid say that I was, like, angelic and divine, and I thought, oh.
If you only knew. It's like, oh, give it time. Like, give it time.
Yeah, give it time. I think I said, like, you'll get used to me. That opinion will change pretty quick, I'm sure.
Just come to, like, 3 streams, and, like, by the time it's over, you're like, yeah, you'll have a brand new opinion of me.
Yeah, I don't know what that opinion will be, but it'll be a new opinion, definitely. It won't be that.
Right.
I think my opinion of you has never really changed. Like, I kind of met you for the first time, and at first I was like, oh my god, look, this guy's got, like, thousands of subs, that's insane. I kind of put you almost on that idol pedestal that we were talking about earlier.
Sure.
And then I got to know you, and I was like, actually, no, he's just a really cool guy, but I still put you, like, up here in terms of, like, decent person. Like,
sure.
you're just a good person.
I appreciate that, Emily.
That is what comes across in your streams. I think that is why people come to you, because, like, you have so much, like, natural... What's the word I'm looking for? You just exude, like, a normal person.
Yeah, I try to be that.
Not like a boring way, but like a good way. Like, you
know,
you're not fake. You don't, like, exaggerate who you are. You're just happy to be there, having a great time. Like, the game.
That's what it is.
That everyone wants, you know.
Sure.
Everyone
wants
like that cool gaming friend.
Sure, exactly. That's a really good way to put it. It's like I try to make sure, like, yeah. And it's just weird when people, like, I just get really uncomfortable when people call me like hey man, you're a legend, like, man, like, how do you do it? It's like, dude, you could do it too if you wanted to. I promise. It might take a while, but, like, anybody can get here if you try hard enough, in my opinion. But put the effort in. Put the effort in.
Where I am, I never thought I would. I never thought I'd hit 1,000 subs, and I'm just like, well, I thought maybe. I think I said in one of my earlier streams, like, oh, we might hit it by, like, our 1-year anniversary, and that is now just over 5 months away, and I've hit 1,000. I think I tweeted, like, a few weeks ago saying, oh, I want to hit 1,000 subs by, like, the end of May. I'm gonna, like, set a reminder to come back to this tweet to see where I am by the end of May.
That's
and now,
amazing.
A couple weeks later,
that's actually amazing.
No, I'm like, oh, I'm still going to come back to that tweet, see where I am, but I think I'm going to be a little bit over 1,000 by that point.
Exactly. You're gonna be way over by then.
I hope so.
I think by the end of the year, you'll probably be surprised how, if like, I'm sure you just keep it up, you'll be surprised like how far you'll come. I
just love it.
I remember like me and Trevor were talking about like the stream we did last Wednesday, and we were talking. I'm like, all right, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna end Trevor, and then Emily is pretty close to 1,000 subs. I'm like, we probably can't get her to 1,000, but we'll give her like a little push towards that. Trevor's like, oh dude, we're gonna do it, and we did it. And then like you got so close, and we're both like, you know what, I'm gonna start sharing your stream out everywhere. We started sharing you out everywhere. Plus everybody else in the stream was helping out too. It wasn't just me and Trevor. And before you know it, like everybody came together, and we somehow got you just way over 1,000. And it was a good day.
It was absolutely crazy. My fiance was in our lounge. He was on the phone with a friend of his that he hadn't spoken to in a while, so he wasn't watching the stream. He had no clue what was happening. And I remember he came in after the end of the stream and said, I had to hang up on him because I said, hang on a second, I can hear Emily screaming and crying. I should go check on her.
Make sure she's alright and not like her.
He was like, I missed you hitting 1,000. I didn't think you'd hit 1,000. What happened?
Yes.
I don't know. One minute I was shiny hunting, the next minute I was crying, and everyone was there watching me cry. Like, I looked, because I tend to not look at my view account. Like, I pop out the chat so it covers my view account, because I never want to base what I'm doing on the viewers. I never want to kind of think, oh look, I'm streaming to no one, so I'm just gonna sit here and be all like, nah. Like, I kind of treat it as if I'm speaking to thousands of people.
That's a good
time. So I never lose the energy. And I ended up looking at the view account, and I was like, oh my, there's like 60 something people in here that you guys have just brought in. I think that might be the most amount of people I've ever had in my stream at once. And I just started crying.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just watching the sub count, I was just like refreshing it on my phone next to me. Just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's just know how to process it.
It's so hard to.
It really was. I never thought I'd actually reach that point, and then when I did, I just thought, I like, the grind doesn't stop. It never stops.
It will never stop.
I don't even know where to go from here. I'm like, what's the next goal? Is there a goal, or do we just keep going and see where we end up?
Sure, exactly.
I don't know.
It's weird because I feel like there's so many things I haven't done with YouTube yet that I want to do. And I've just focused so much on streaming, but I have so many things I want to do for like content creation too as well. But I feel like streaming for me is such a big part of the channel that like that will always be the main thing. But like this podcast and also making other videos and doing like YouTube shorts are the like one of the best ways to grow right now. I feel like I think more people should be making shorts. I should be making more shorts myself because I feel like they're a great way to grow a community. And I feel like it's fun to be able to express yourself in like under a minute and not have to like have a long video. They're just actually insane. I feel like going forward, like it's gonna be really like if you're a small creator like under like 100 subs, I think everybody should be making YouTube shorts if your goal is to grow as a channel. I think, but
I definitely think so. I've got a friend who predominantly streams on Twitch, but he has a YouTube channel as well that he uploads like some of his stream clips to. And he happened to upload a short of a reaction to something in WWE, and that short got like 10,000 views, and he has like 200 subs on YouTube because he doesn't use it that much.
Yeah.
And suddenly he was like, how has this short video of me screaming at wrestling just got 10,000 views?
I know, it's actually nuts. It's crazy.
The power of shorts. I don't even know how to make them. I want to look into actually making a short. I don't even know where to start.
It's pretty simple. All you have to do is make a video in portrait mode, and then in the title just type in hashtag shorts, and then also in your tags put shorts, and like YouTube. Okay, if it's under like, I would make the video like 57 seconds or less, and then YouTube will kind of push it as a short and not a regular video. So. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. And then eventually they're gonna have it be like TikTok, where you can go on your phone and go to create and then go to shorts, and you'll be like edit on your phone right there. But right now you have to like do it like kind of like just upload a short and then like tag it as a short, and then YouTube will be like, oh, it's a short, and they'll upload it as that essentially. So. But it's a really cool tool right now. I feel like people like I'm not utilizing it enough, and I don't think anybody is right now. But it's definitely a powerful thing.
I definitely think once people really figure out how much power these shorts have, then they will start doing it more, and suddenly you'll see some people just grow exponentially, like so much quicker.
Yeah, I completely agree.
How have you done this? It's like, well, a lot of people only come in for like a minute at a time because that's all the time they can spend there, or that first minute is the most crucial to getting someone into your like new to kind of become part of your channel, I think, because if it's someone brand new, they're not gonna sit there for like an hour of your stream and dedicate that time to figuring out who you are unless they are like interested within that first minute.
I agree.
Kind of definitely catch their eye somehow, like.
Yep.
Because, I mean, that's just from personal experience. Some people do have that level of dedication, which
sure.
I think is admirable, definitely. But I know I didn't. I will firsthand admit, like, if I'm not hooked within the first couple of minutes, I'm probably gonna dip.
I agree.
Really bad.
Especially, like, I feel like when you're getting rated, like, I feel like people come into stream assuming they're probably not going to stay. So, like, I feel like I always try to, like, have the biggest welcome possible. I'm like, hey, if you guys are new here, welcome to the channel, and try to make everyone feel like it's a cool place to be, and hopefully be as like, enthusiastic as possible. And it's cool to see people, like, stick around after you get rated and stuff like that, and hang on your stream, and, like, raids are the best way to, like, have communities help other communities, and then, like, just grow bigger and bigger and bigger. They're highly underrated.
I definitely think so. I love raiding people, and I love, like, receiving the raids, because you start noticing some people will stick around during the rest of your stream, or suddenly, oh, hey, I recognize your name from yesterday's raid. Like, oh, welcome back,
Yeah, it's a cool feeling.
Look at that. New people interacting with other people's content through the power of raids. Like, there are so many people in my community now that I know for a fact I met through your raids.
Sure, exactly.
Like, there are some who I'll say, like, oh, how did you guys get here? I want to know, like, how some of you people, like, found the channel, because it's always fun to know. And I'll get some people say, like, oh, well, we were friends beforehand, or, like, oh, I was just kind of looking for Pokemon content, and, like, you popped up on my recommended, which is, like, insane. When people say they saw me on their homepage, I'm like, what?
I was like, what? YouTube is recommending my stream to other people? It's like, that's insane, man.
That's crazy. And then I get people who are like, oh, I came from this raid, or I came from that raid, or I came from Twitter, and I'm like, it's crazy. How many people came from so many different places and then can all come together and be like, hey, look, friends.
It's actually wild. But I feel like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all these places are so important to, like, help. Like, you gotta, like, have, like, a somewhat of an established, like, base there, because I feel like that's always helpful. Because I remember, like, today, like, I think last night I posted, like, 3 community tab posts, so, like, my stream today did not get, like, no one got notified about it. So, like, I feel like Discord and Twitter, like, really help people actually find my stream today, or else I probably would have been even worse than it was. So it's just one of those things where I feel like you gotta have, like, a backup plan in case YouTube doesn't decide to work one day, which sometimes it doesn't.
I mean, I definitely feel that, considering I've only just got monetized, but I don't yet, based on how YouTube now, like, pushes out their community tabs and their memberships and their monetization and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Even though I've just got monetized, I'm still having to wait for things like the community tab to be available to me. So on YouTube itself, I still can't push my content out to the people who watch. So I rely almost solely on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, like every social media that I have. I will always tell people in my streams, like, hey, if you want to watch more of me, definitely, like, follow on Twitter, join the Discord so you can keep up with when I'm going live, what I'm up to, because at the moment I don't have the power to do that on YouTube.
Sure.
I think it'll definitely help me get myself out there more once I have things like a community tab where I can post directly from my channel saying, hey, hi, I'm here, I'm live, like, I'm doing stuff, come hang out,
Yeah, exactly. It helps a lot, actually.
I'm looking forward to when I can actually do that.
I remember when I got my community tab, and then when memberships were active, and then, like, all this stuff happened. It was so wild. Like, it happened, like, I felt like I would never get there, and, like, it happened, like, a few months after I started streaming, and I'm like, man, like, YouTube is a really cool place. I feel like streaming on YouTube is also, like, I feel like Twitch is better in some ways, but YouTube is highly underrated for streaming, and, like, there's a lot of ways to, like, if you're gonna be a creator right now, I feel like streaming is such an essential aspect to that, because, like, I feel like it just helps, like, keep your community focused together, and also, like, helps you find new people, like, more than videos do, I guess.
I absolutely agree with that, definitely. I think streaming is such an integral part of a lot of content creation right now, and I think it's only going to become more important as the years go on. Like, I think YouTube is going to start kind of pushing people who stream more than people who only do videos eventually, because of the fact that streaming gets such a bigger community of people compared to just videos. And like, you know, the streamers are starting to make a pretty loud noise compared to people who've only uploaded for, say, however many like years or whatever. And I think YouTube is going to kind of realize that and think, you know what, let's push streaming even more than we already do, because I think YouTube does a great job with pushing streamers. Like, I think from what I've seen, it looks harder to kind of grow on Twitch as a streamer than it does on YouTube, because YouTube isn't dedicated to streaming, and all new streamers gravitate to Twitch because it is the streaming website. So it's easy to get lost on Twitch with all the other people who have only just started. But YouTube pushes you if you click the right buttons and title it correctly and all that, they will push it. No matter
they will.
How many viewers you've got or how many subs, and
I agree.
So I think YouTube definitely does a good thing with pushing people to get people noticed. I think a lot of people kind of don't appreciate how hard YouTube actually works to push your content out there. Like the first time someone said to me, "Oh, I found you on my homepage," I was like, how?
I was like,
what? Did
what?
I do?
Like, you found me where?
Like, what? Like, wait, as in you opened YouTube, you looked at your homepage, and I was there? And you're not already subscribed? Whoa, crazy.
It is mind-blowing. Because I remember I did the mobile stream yesterday, and like literally I thought it would be people that were already subscribed here, but there was like so many new people. I'm like, how did you find the channel through a mobile stream? Right? I didn't even make a thumbnail, like a good thumbnail. I didn't even like tag. I used no tags. I used like bare bones. I titled it like "Walking My Dog," smiley face, and I still got new people subscribing to the channel, which is mind blowing. How is that possible?
Crazy. I have no idea. You kind of say to them, like, by the way, I usually do stuff a lot more professional looking than this.
Yeah, I'm usually not recording with a 720p camera.
This and this. I have a great office set up. It's beautiful. There's lights.
Yeah, exactly. It's insane. It's like, you guys see my office way better than like being out here in the woods, but.
Yeah, if you guys are here for the dog, I can definitely bring the dog into it.
Do you guys want me to bring the dog every time I go live? I will. I'll bring Summer every time I go live. It'd be way better.
I would watch every single stream, no matter what time, because time zones make it hard for me to watch your streams. But if you brought Summer into every stream, I would ruin my sleep schedule.
Just become nocturnal, sleep during the daytime.
I become nocturnal. Like, Nick, I've got work in an hour. I haven't slept yet, but I'm here.
I mean, you keep streaming with Summer, so I gotta be there, and you're absolutely just wrecking my sleep schedule.
That's fine. Worth it for Summer.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like once YouTube gets like gifted memberships, that'd be a big thing. That'd be so helpful, and I feel like they can do small things to make streaming even better. But I think they're gonna like slowly start rivaling Twitch in terms of streaming. So like, I recommend anybody that's watching this, if you ever want to stream, like consider YouTube as an option. And because you can do both YouTube and Twitch, but at least try YouTube, because I feel like having your community on YouTube in one place where your streams and your videos like kind of coexist is probably a good strategy going forward, in my opinion. But I could be wrong.
Plus, the community on YouTube, we're all great.
Exactly.
We all love each other. Like, if you get into a specific kind of community, you will quickly find other people in that community who, if you start just introducing yourself, like, hi, I'm a person, I watch this content, but I also make this content, then you'll make friends, and you'll definitely start kind of getting the love from the community. The community will find you and welcome you with open arms, without a doubt, no matter what community you're in. Because YouTube streaming is more of a niche than Twitch streaming, I think.
Definitely.
And so YouTube streamers, we all just kind of gravitate towards each other, like, hey, it's a YouTube streamer.
Yeah.
Let's be friends.
Exactly.
Definitely. I think so.
Yep. I think I've met so many friends that like I'll probably talk to for the rest of my life through YouTube, that like it's just amazing like, how many like of my mods that are now my good friends I talk to every day, and how many people that I talk to, like it's just like I have a lot of friends that are virtual now that like I've never would have met before, and like it just blows my mind every day, which is the coolest thing. And like those people that like discovered your channel when you were really small, that are still like by your side, and they still come to your streams and they still support you. It's like the amount of love I have for those people is just insane. I just appreciate them so much. Like it's wild.
It's absolutely crazy, because I think where my schedule is very set, and it's like I will absolutely, without a doubt, stream these 4 days a week and then put up a video the other 3 days a week. And so there's always stuff going on, and to see the same people come in every single time, like, you take time out of your day, like, you put me in your schedule, and that's amazing.
I agree.
You know, on the days where I think, oh, you know what, I'm really not feeling up to it today, like, you know, I've had a bad day, or like I woke up late, or something went wrong at work, or something that's just put you in a little bit of a down mood, and you're like, oh, do I really like feel like streaming? I just don't feel like I have the energy. But you do it anyway, and you see those people, and you think, actually, you know what, like, I'm happy. These people want to be here, even though, like, I'm not feeling great. So I'm gonna appreciate the fact that these people are here hanging out and just have fun. You finish the stream feeling better than you started.
I agree. Even like some days when I'm like dead tired, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna stream that, and then I'll go to bed. And then you go to bed feeling like you are glad you streamed. It's like I'm glad I ended my day doing that, even if my day sucked. You know what I mean? Like, at least I ended up doing something I enjoyed, and it makes your whole mood like 100% better. So like, I'm excited though to have like new games come out that I want to stream, like Mario Golf and Pokemon Snap and all these games that I'll be streaming. I'm so excited for those games. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm definitely excited because I have yet to experience playing a new game on my channel. You know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So many people, when there's a new game out and everyone's excited, everyone wants to watch these people playing these new games, and I'm definitely one of those people who will try and watch every single perspective of the same thing, because I want to see how everyone reacts to it and how how these people play it differently and how they feel about this and that. And I'm like a massive music nerd, and so when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out and Piers had his own gym theme compared to the other gym leaders, as a musician, that was like my favorite thing. And I remember I watched so many different people react just to the fact that he had different music. And I found so many people through that, and they all had like, that was one of their like most viewed videos or streams of them playing this new thing, and all the people being there wanting to see how that person has responded to this new thing. And I'm really excited to actually be one of those people to react to a new game come out when it happens. Like Snap, I am getting that.
Oh yeah,
I was going to originally, and then they revealed Celebi was in Snap, and I was like, well,
well, I guess we're getting it.
Getting Snap.
Did you play the original one?
I never did. No.
Oh my gosh.
I never played like Generation 1 or Generation 2 until I was maybe like 10, 11 years old.
Gotcha.
I actually, to this day, I have never played Generation 1.
Really?
I've not even played.
I feel like you're not really missing that much, though.
Leaf Green. I never even played like the remakes. The only Generation 1 game I've ever played is Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
That's hilarious. I like Fire Red and Leaf Green like more than Eevee and Pikachu, but I feel like you still got the experience Kanto in some way.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. I've had a lot of people say, like, you need to play Fire Red and Leaf Green. How have you not played it?
Sure.
To be a Pokemon fan. And I'm like, I don't know. I just never did. Never got around to it. But yeah.
Hopefully one day. There's time.
I think so, yeah. I started with Generation 3. I started with Sapphire when I was 4. It came out when I was 4, so yeah, I would have played it then.
Yeah, because you're definitely younger than I am.
My brother holding my hand throughout it.
That's so cool though. I think I played like Blue when I was like 5 or 6, so like I was young when that came out. I think that came out in like 97, and I was born in 95, so like it came out when I was 2, but then I didn't play it until I was like 5 or 6. But such good memories, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, there'll be permanent memories in my head, definitely. Like, you know, memories that I want to like pass down to like kids one day and be like, look, I played this when I was 5 years old, so you're gonna play it too.
I know. I feel like by that time they're gonna have like these like headsets people are putting on. It's gonna be like virtual reality, like Pokemon. You're gonna have like Pokemon like that you actually see and you can like throw Pokeballs at. And like you'll like show your kids like, oh, this is how we play Pokemon. It was like on like a Game Boy. They're like, you play that to play Pokemon? Like, are you that old? Like it's gonna seem so archaic. Like the idea of doing that, but.
I look forward to the day that I can kind of put like a Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander plushie in front of like my toddler or like my baby and just like, sit them there and just be like, right, like 9-month-old baby, just choose your starter.
That would be so cool.
I saw a video of it once of like babies picking their starters, and I was like, I need to do that one day. I need to. And if they don't pick Bulbasaur, I'm gonna cry because Bulbasaur is my favorite Generation 1 starter.
I go Charmander every time, but I would go. I feel like I'd go Squirtle. Oh yeah, probably Charmander, then Squirtle, then Bulbasaur. But I like all of them. They're all good.
They're great. I think my fiance was the one who kind of got me more into Bulbasaur because he's like obsessed with Bulbasaur. He has like a giant Bulbasaur Build-A-Bear plushie. It's too big. It is too big.
Yeah, someone on my channel actually has one too, and she always I saw it in her background one time, and then yeah, I'm pretty sure she got it from Build-A-Bear too, and she probably knows who she is if she's watching this, so.
It's absolutely huge, but like his love for Bulbasaur kind of got me more into Bulbasaur because I never really had a favorite Generation 1 starter because of the fact I never played it.
Sure.
So I was like, oh, I'm open to any of them really, and then Bulbasaur was just the one because my fiance thought, like, no, you are going to love Bulbasaur. Here's my giant Bulbasaur. Love him.
Right, exactly.
And I couldn't like not love him. He was very cute.
I feel like he's adorable. I feel like all the Gen 1 starters in the anime had like a lot like really cool backstories. Like I feel like Charmander having like the tail almost extinguished out, like because the trainer abandoned it. I just like that just melts my heart. So I love Charmander forever for that. But like Squirtle had the Squirtle Squad. The Bulbasaur had like some kind of like wildlife refuge or whatever that he was found at. They were all cool.
They all definitely had their moments. The Squirtle Squad is like iconic like stamp of my childhood. I think if I had a Squirtle plushie when I was younger. And I wanted to give him sunglasses. Sunglasses. I just wanted him to be part of the Squirtle Squad,
Aww.
I don't have that plushie anymore. I should get one. Just find some sunglasses and just put them on it and put it in my background.
That would be so cool.
Have the Squirtle Squad in the back. Might do that.
the glasses and Squirtle combination just for some reason like makes Squirtle so much cooler. It's like I like Squirtle, but put glasses on it and it's just like infinitely cooler. Like I don't know.
When they did it in Pokemon Go, I thought like, okay, that is very good marketing for Pokemon Go. And then it evolved, and it's like Wartortle and Blastoise still had the glasses.
I know.
Doesn't quite look right, but I appreciate that it is a Squirtle Squad Blastoise. I love it.
Yeah, I agree. It is pretty neat.
Definitely.
But Emily, I think we can probably wrap this one up. I cannot believe we've been talking for like over an hour.
An hour.
That would
be like a half an hour, 45-minute thing. Like,
it was like a half an hour, and I'm like, this is definitely gonna go longer than half an hour, but I'm having fun, so let's just go with it.
Like, it's fine. I'm sure the people don't mind too much.
I'm sure. But guys,
they hate me by the end of it. I hope not.
I bet they all love you, Emily.
I hope so.
But. Guys, this is Emily, and her channel is called iLuxEmily on YouTube. Please consider subscribing to her. It'll be in the title of the video and in the description, so go check her out. Probably maybe even pinned. I'm debating premiering this tomorrow, but I don't know if I will. So if you guys are watching this in a premiere, I'm probably in the chat right now hanging out. But if it's not, you guys are probably watching this as a regular video either way. So thank you for watching all the way till the end, if you guys did. And let us know in the comments what your favorite part was, what you agreed with or disagreed with, or what your favorite Gen 1 starter is. I feel like Charmander's mine. Emily likes Bulbasaur, but let us know. And thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'm sure we both appreciate it. So everyone have an amazing rest of your night. I'm not sure if I'll be live tonight or not, but I appreciate you guys. So, bye-bye. Please save.